stand. Wait on a sign above, and I am ready, ready. 'Cause I just live for the game. 'Cause I just live for the game. 'Cause I just live for the game.
All right, we are back at it. Final table action of our Celebrity Bounty event. Here we are getting things going right away. First hand. Uh-oh, a little slow down there. All right, there we go. Now we got it.
So slow motion, real time. Mike waking up with Ace King suited under the gun. I mean, no, it's just like, you know, sports play. We got to put in slow motion as he puts in the raise. 35K to go. And these guys did just resume 9-handed final table. That's why we see him go with a little bit bigger, the open size under the gun. Into a full 9-handed table we go.
Yep, 9-handed. We did get to the final table about 30 minutes ago and back at it now. I noticed some people saying in the Facebook they weren't getting the feed. Refresh and then check your settings as well, because I did double check everything on our end. Everything is up and running the way it's supposed to. So just maybe just refresh it, and also, like I said, make sure that your settings are the way they're supposed to be. But here we are, final table. Got myself Ryan, also known as Country, joined by Mike Kruger, card room manager, Best Bet Orange Park. We started our feature table action at 4:30 p.m. and here we are now, final table, getting things going, trying to crown a champion.
Saw a total of 251 entries in this event. Event started at 12 p.m. Again, we're coming to you live from Best Bet, located in Jacksonville, Florida. So all of our timestamps are the East Coast. But now 9 players remain, all vying for first place. First place does pay $13,600. Again, $300 buy-in, pretty good return on investment there. As the prize pool ballooned up to over $61,400. Kind of expected to be a decent event today, turned into a really good one. Now we got our first all-in of this final table. We saw Vince open shove his short stack with the ace-6 suited. Bill woke up with jacks, puts in the call. So let's see if Vince can spike an ace and stay alive. Well, now adding all of the hearts in the world. Looking for one of those.
Paired board now, but
yeah,
Vince
heart only.
Does not.
Board pairing 10 on the river. We're going to see Bill get eliminated here in 9th place, taking home $1,360, so over $1,000 in profit for his final table run, making 9th place. GG's to Vince. It was short, it was sweet. Hope to see you again on the live stream soon. As you see everybody kind of happily kick out that chair and make a little leg room for themselves. Back to 8-handed we go. But again, as I said, my name's Mike, full-time card room manager of the Orange Park, Best Bet location, part-time commentator, happy to be over here enjoying the WPT action. I'm a big poker nerd, poker fan, tournament player. Myself, I like all things poker, especially these tournament final tables. They are a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, it's funny, we were talking, and you're very much a tournament guy. You said if you got yourself a tournament, you can definitely check things out and be able to break things down. But yeah, those are the payouts. As mentioned earlier, they are playing for that $13,600 first place prize.
All right, BKB gonna look down at 9-8 suited. Looks like he's thinking about raising it up.
Yeah, I want to say this is BKB's first time getting to a final table.
Yeah, I've definitely seen him on the cash games before. Not sure if I've seen him on a tournament final table here before. Then again, I've never really made a final table here before, except for doing the live stream. So maybe he snuck one in there that I don't know about.
Yep. But here we are, David, pocket fours versus the 9-8 suited. 10-6 tray, so now a gutter for BKB.
David with a pair, defend out of the blind. Just going to lead out with the pocket fours rather than checking it over in flow to BKB. He's just going to let it go, and David gets to take the pot down.
Yeah, I see some regulars here on the table. Of course, Sammy, we've been talking about him being the PLO player that he is. He's on this final table.
Right there in the one seat.
Yep. Also GT Jack, who is a very much a tournament crusher, has made quite a few of our final tables. This is no strange place for him. This is familiar territory.
So the last time he made a final table, he came in as a very short stack and found an early double, but then still got eliminated pretty quickly. So hopefully you get to see him stick around a little bit later as we see him a lot of chips in front.
Now BKB is going to go ahead and put it all in here with pocket eights.
Action folds around to Sammy. He's going to look down at an ace. If he looks at the ace first, he's going to get his hopes up, but that tray of diamonds with it, he's going to have to let it go. Now action just continues folding all the way around, and BKB going to take it down with his open shove. We're talking about players making some final tables in the past. Last but not least, Corey Major over there in the 8th seat.
Yep.
No stranger to this final table. We saw him take second place in an event not too long ago for a big old chunk of change. I'm sure he still wants to take home a trophy at some point, though. And with 8 players left, hard not to go for it here.
Yeah, I want to say that was during our summer series that he got to a final table and finished in second place, as you mentioned.
12 to go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the main event in that series too, because it was a big final. I remember that. He got the heads up, they battled it out, ended up on the wrong end, and when you got to the point here on the live stream or any final table with the trophy sitting next to you, obviously you want to find a way to close it out, and I'm sure he's going to try to do that here today.
All in, seat 3.
We're seeing some pretty aggressive play right out of the gate. Seeing quite a few all-in shoves here. An interesting spot here for GT Jack in a small blind. King 10 suited. He's going to let it go, though, it looks like.
This is not a short stack shove by any means out of David. That's about 25 big blinds, especially after Sammy limps in. David just taking it down. So here we go, 8 players remain. This is a WPT event, part of our WPT series going on right now here at Best Bet Jacksonville. We're winding things down, culminating in the main event this upcoming weekend. 5K buy-in, 1 mil guarantee in the main event that kicks off on Friday. Everything kind of kicking off a little bit more of like a prequel here today with this event. But
really
Meetup
is.
was originally kind of planned to kick off tomorrow with the meetup game. Andrew Nemi, Brad Owen hosting their meetup game tomorrow. Now cards are going to be in the air pretty early. It sounds like we saw Andrew on the feature table for a while. Said that him and Brad plan on getting here probably between noon and 1 o'clock. Originally scheduled for a 2 p.m. start, but they saw how busy the room is and how long the list was. They're thinking about sneaking in early, getting cards in the air as early as possible, play with as many of you as possible. This is a nice warm-up event heading into main event weekend. Imagine the cash games will be pretty juicy tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, I mentioned it as today was a pretty good precursor. And wow, BKB
ripping it in again.
Yeah, seeing some very aggressive play with the immediate shoves.
And it was over 1 limp, and then Kerry completing the small blind, so gets to take it down with pocket 6s there. After that pot does get the chip back up to 20 big blinds.
Jack Daniels, boy. Oh, y'all have to look a boy up one time.
BKB, he's also a very vocal player, so you'll hear quite a bit from him for sure. But here are the chip stacks as of now. You see Major is the one that has the biggest chip stack, 80 bigs for him. And again, the shortest stack, BKB, 20 bigs for him. So again, yeah, these stacks are pretty decent size when you consider the short stack now being 20 bigs on this table.
Yeah, saw Bill with a little over 50, GT Jack with a little over 50. That means GT Jack's got a lot of playable chips. You know, you may not be chip lead, but you give a player of his caliber 50 big blinds, it's gonna get dangerous. Obviously Corey, lots of experience sitting there with 80 big blinds. Could be dangerous himself. This could be quite the fun final table we have ahead of us.
Looks like David put in the initial raise to 35,000.
KB letting it go out of the small blind. Corey's turn with king deuce, just has to fold as well. David, some early aggression getting things done. You're going to see He stayed fairly active on the featured table when we were playing shorthanded, as we were winding things down to the final table.
You know, the ones that had
Looks like he wants to keep that aggression on.
It just takes a little bit of time. Oh, might not have sometimes against the dealer so fast. Misdeal. Misdeal. Just kidding.
Don't misdeal.
Hey, I jinxed you, didn't I?
did, you did.
I jinxed.
My fingers are freezing right now.
Where's some real wood? I'm gonna knock on
Once
wood.
again, appreciate everybody tuning in, hanging out with us. If you're new to the live stream, we appreciate you checking us out. If you're a seasoned vet, as always, very thankful you guys choose to tune in, root your favorite players on. Let us know who you possibly may be rooting for. And now we saw Karen rooting for GT Jack. I'm going to assume it's because of Karen's last name and that scream name she's rooting for Jack. Earl asking, did you guys let Corey get those chips? I'm not sure how Corey acquired them.
Yeah.
We never saw him actually on the featured table
Yeah,
leading up to this final, so.
He was doing all of his damage out on the other table.
All those eliminations we didn't see must have been him, I guess. I mean,
Probably.
my God, 80 big blinds is quite the chip stack in a final.
I mean, yeah, considering, look at that. Look at all those bumblebees that he's got.
You know, we did see both Sammy and BKB limped in. Sammy originally limped in under the gun. Been a little ultra sneaky Sammy all of a sudden.
Deuce 6-9 flop too. This flop really didn't hit anybody.
Yeah, whiffed them all. Not the flop Sammy was hoping for when he's sneaking in there with ace king. He's looking for the ace high, try and cooler somebody. Instead, it came out squadouche, but well,
Yeah, there's
turn
a good
bails
turn
him out.
card, yeah. Good turn card for
And
Sammy.
it's an offsuit king at that. King of
well.
spades.
Yeah,
Completes the rainbow board.
Very much so.
It's top pair, top kicker for Sammy. Given the action, checking around the flop. Gotta love your hand here. Looks like he's gonna flick out 30K, about half pot size bet. BKB with a gut shot straight draw with that king turn.
He's going to let it go.
Thought about it for a second, then realized, nah. Major's gonna fold his gut shot straight as well.
Had a gut shot.
Everybody
Nice
folds.
hit.
Sammy gets to chip up a little bit, gets himself right back across that 30 big blind threshold.
By the way, for the payouts, if you guys want to see them in YouTube, type in !payouts and you'll be able to see the payouts for our final table. On Facebook, it is pinned as a pinned comment, so make sure you check the pinned comments to see the payouts for yourself. Candyman Joe says lots of familiar faces, hard to pick, but he's on route for Carrie and Sammy.
Everybody picking out who they want to root for.
Yeah, seeing some
Pretty local field event. Obviously, it is a Wednesday afternoon. That's when this tournament was underway, so not as many people might be traveling in for the WPT. You're also going to attract a lot of the locals on a weekday like that. Sneak in after work, late reg, try to spin up a stack. And unfortunately, we have no celebrity bounties left on this final table. All 12 players that were celebrity bounties were knocked out. Apparently, we should have named Corey Major or GT Jack one of them, I guess. They're fighting for it, trying to prove why they should be picked next time around.
Pretty much. I mean, listen, and then we had Ben Scroggins in earlier saying that he should be picked. So, I mean,
Well, he was speculating that his invite got lost in the mail, and
Right.
obviously that's what happened to everybody who thinks they should have gotten one.
exactly. Yeah. But yeah, take a look at everything that's been happening so far. We are now down to 8. We just seen our first elimination. Vince was eliminated first. So again, 8-handed now here on our final table. And we've seen quite a few supporters already for, of course, GT Jack, for Major, for Sammy.
5, 7.
Kind of curious. This is a very unique final table. It's a lot of people that I see in the room quite a bit, but first or second time that I'm seeing them here in a final table setting for a tournament.
It's going to be a lot of fun to see how everybody kind of picks their spots, especially as the pay jumps start to take effect. You know, previous to the final table, they didn't, not that the pay jumps don't matter, but they didn't matter as much as they begin to now. So they start getting a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger.
Got some blind on blind action here with Sammy and Mike.
Yeah,
Mike
Mike.
has a gut, but he's gonna let it go. He throws his gut
Sammy
shot.
gets it done with a pair of sixes. I did see Sammy and Mike battle it out a good bit on the featured table. Kept kind of running into each other over and over again, so I wonder if that dynamic's going to spill over now that they drew seats right next to each other.
course, Mike was the person that did eliminate Andrew Nemi, who was the final bounty.
True.
2 significant hands that took place between those two.
To go. Hold 3.
Kerry looking down at ace-10 offsuit. 26 big blind stack. So he's
Raise.
going to raise it up.
40.
Going with
C5,
40K open blinds. Just increased to 816. So it's about a 2.5 big blind raise.
Raise. All in.
See David all in with the kings.
Nothing much better than pocket kings. Yep. Easy 3-bet shove here, a little over 20 bigs. Happy to get it in against some early position open. Kerry knowing it's a pretty strong shove, gonna let it go.
Cowboys. Riding into the sunset.
Easy pickup for David there. Gets himself up to 27 big blinds now. And everybody sitting pretty decent. Nobody ultra short. No 10 big blind stacks out there or anything after we saw the short stack get eliminated pretty quick into this final table. So everybody kind of feeling each other out at this point. Not really waiting for a short stack to get knocked out. Maybe just trying to pick up some reads on the opponents you don't have too much experience with.
7.
BKB the shortest stack right now at 14 big blinds now that they went up. Kind of stuck with the chip leader on his left. Not a position you want to be in.
Raise
You're
35.
going to be short stack. You don't want the chip leader right next to you.
Right, yeah.
That's Corey, well positioned with 60 big blinds, raising it up with the King 9 suited.
Almost $1 million in chips right now for Major.
Now Jack looking down at 5 deuce suited, going to defend his big blind. Fortunately for him, Corey with the bigger diamonds.
That's up.
There we go, heads up to the flop now. Comes 9 tray deuce, so top pair for Major, bottom pair for Jack. After Jack checks it over, let's see what size Corey wants a continuation bet.
It's like 25K for him.
A small, about quarter pot size bet from Corey.
Raise 65.
Ooh,
Jack's
juicy
going to read
Jack,
that for a little
yeah.
bit of weakness. Plus 9 tray deuce does kind of hit the big blind defenses range if Corey doesn't have a big pair. Hard to connect with the 9 in most circumstances. Fortunately for Jack, Corey hit it with the 9 here.
10 on the turn does complete spades.
And if Jack was trying to start
75.
repping some sort of hand on that flop, like a combo draw, straight draw, flush draw, any of that stuff, a spade does play into it.
Oh, wow. And then the river, 2 pair for GT Jack.
Real interesting river as it is the fourth spade.
spade, yeah.
But Jack might be happy to take his showdown value with the 2 pair. And we see him check it over. Might have started bluffing at it again if it wasn't a 2 pair card.
He flips it over in a little lap from GT Jack.
That is funny though, right?
Woo.
Rivered it out.
What the hell is going on? I mean, come on. If I can just get anything over 4 high, like, come
You don't think a pair of deuces was good there?
No! Not even close. I don't know.
I think it might.
Maybe he might have had ace king.
You will see.
Y'all got me up here saying stuff I shouldn't be saying. There is good luck things while on the table for protector.
Card protectors, absolutely. As long as they're not bigger than the cards. Yep, that's perfect.
Get my stanky foot out here on y'all. It's over.
It kind of matches 1,000 chips.
Hey. See
All
where
right,
I'm
so
going?
BKP brings out his lucky charm and immediately looks down at 6 deuce offsuit. So
Is this the equivalent to the Moon Rock?
I don't want to revisit the Moonrock discussion again. The last featured table we saw a player use a Moonrock.
I only use that as reference because that's all I heard about when I would come back in with you and Adonis. Just talking about the Moon Rock the entire time.
You know I defend my blind.
I know it sounds really weird out of context. I have to give it some, but
Yes.
on our mystery bounty featured table, we had a player using a quote-unquote Moonrock with a card protector. And then he proceeded to pull the 50K bounty prize, the
so
big
it was
one.
Chris. All right, I gotcha.
So then it just became a running gag the rest of the night about how we all need to buy moon rocks for Christmas for one another as gifts.
So that's why I saw the moon rock stock go up.
Moon rock skyrocketed to the moon. Meanwhile, David got a 3-bet shove in again.
In here against Sammy with ace jack.
Sammy sitting on a 20 big blind stack himself. Has seen David 3-bet shove. Both of these players were on the featured table together, so Sammy saw David being pretty active as we closed in on this final. Might see Sammy stick it in a little bit light, thinking David's splashing around since he's been so active.
Nice, let's go.
Fortunately, doesn't give in to the emotion. Tell he kind of wanted to stick the call in.
You know, I'm not used to tournament Sammy here laying it down.
He showed.
He does make the fold.
Yeah, let's get out of this queen. Wow, you laid it down, Sim? Yeah, nice lay down.
16-16.
Nice lay down.
And so again, we are at now 8,000 small, 16 big, 16,000 Annie. 8 players left here on our final table of our Celebrity Bounty event, part of the World Poker Tour.
Right now, as things sit, the short stack on the table, BKB is the big blind. Just worth noting as people might not attack the big blind as wide. At the same time, if you think he is going to fold down, might open it light. Not going to matter now that we see Sammy looking down at pocket 10s.
Well, this time,
Ripping 20 big blinds in from Sammy.
when we kind of criticized him for the 10s fold, he decides to go ahead and jam here with his pocket 10s.
Andrew in YouTube asking, when did Nemi go out? He went out around 25 players left.
Yeah, it was around that point.
He was making a pretty deep run, was abusing the bubble pretty hard until one of the bluffs got picked off by Mike there in the 2 seat. And then later on, Mike finished the job when he eliminated Andrew with an all-in pre-flop and took it down. So if there's anybody that you want to hate because you love Andrew Nemi, it's the 2 seat Mike, and by proxy the Cincinnati Bengals, since he's wearing one of their hoodies.
Oh, hey now, hey now.
Yeah, we blame the Bengals for Andrew Nemi's knockout. In both instances, it was spots where Andrew was really going for the win, to his credit. He was obviously trying to take the event down. Wasn't trying to ladder up or make little moves. He was going for the trophy. Hard not to.
Carey puts in the raise with 7 trays suited and is going to go ahead and take this one down.
Quiet, solid carry there. Got to open it up and seal the blinds away.
Yeah, you'll take a 40K increase there in your chip stack and accumulate a couple extra blinds without seeing a flop.
He just kind of has to get it through one player in the form of Corey defending his big blind, especially with BKB out of the small. Against an open of that size, it's kind of either all in or fold. So you can open a little bit different, just knowing that if BKB shoves, I'm snap folding. If Corey chooses to defend, we'll take it post, but kind of makes your decisions easy, just knowing that one player is all in or fold out of a small blind like that.
Sammy, you're going to go ahead and put in a call 9-8 suited here.
We saw Sammy limp in a couple of times on the featured table as well. Kind of mixed his play up. Sometimes limping, sometimes raising, sometimes just shipping it.
See major here, suited hand.
Call.
So I'm going to put in the call, and then, yep, Bill's going to check his option.
3 pretty decent sized stacks here. Sammy has a short stack with 25 bigs, and wow, Corey gets a flop. 7-5 tray, all hearts. Corey flopping the flush out of the small blind. It is a limped pot, so he's not going to check it to a pre-flop razor, it looks like. Just going to lead right out.
16,000.
Does have a pretty small flush, so trying to build it up before the board. Adds another heart. Plus again, Sammy limped in. Usually you check it in flow to a pre-flop razor, but when it's a limped pot, could be anything. Might as well take the betting lead now since he can easily check it back. And fortunately for Corey, he's getting no action with that.
Just see the boss. Interesting comment. GT Jack. That's pretty good.
action starting on Mike, and
Full through.
now Mike posting a little bit late there, throwing in his ante. My apologies. We've got folds under the gun.
Raise.
Now over 2 recently renamed GT Supreme Slim Donkey says CEO of the Donkey Jack. I don't know. I gotta find a way to shorten this. GT SSD Jack. Something.
7.
You know what? We'll roll with that.
We're gonna call him pre-flop Razor Jack now, since we
Pocket
see him
trays.
open it up with pocket trays.
Sammy did put in the call, looks like. Or no, never mind. He hasn't done anything yet. Action's on him.
Got back to King 9 suited. Could easily see him put in the call from the small blind Jack. Made it 34K over the 16K big blind, so just over a min raise. Sammy with a little over 20 big blinds. Might put in the call here. Again, Sammy loves being the more aggressive player in the hand. Don't like him seeing, he doesn't like seeming to play defense too much.
No,
he
does not.
He's an offense wins championships kind of guy.
Very much so.
You know, he's way more the Kansas City Chiefs. I just want to be the aggressor. I'll outscore you. I guess this year more the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, also, you know, thinking back when the Rams were the greatest show
On turf style.
Yeah, like that type of offense.
Pretty much. That's Sammy's MO from what we saw on the feature table. He didn't like calling all-ins, but he loved shoving the all-ins. He wants to put pressure on you.
Essentially wants to dictate the pace.
Yeah, if he
of the
doesn't know
table.
where he's at, he's just going to play it safe and let it go and move on to the next opportunity. But we did see GT Jack take that pot down uncontested. So just staying at his 50 big blind mark is Jack.
GT SSD.
GT SSD.
Yep.
8, 9.
At least it does have a nice little ring to it.
It does. I like it.
Well, now, speaking of Sammy and
Speaking
the
of
aggression,
saying, up as we just got done saying, here he is.
here again we see him just mix it up, ripping it all in.
Last hand running.
Does get through 2 players. He's going to show it this time around.
Wow. Yeah, he would have called.
But we did see Sammy take that pot down. Again, that's kind of what we've seen out of Sammy so far on the featured table prior. Really mixing it up, sometimes limping big hands. We saw him limp in with ace-king on this table already once. We've seen him raise, you know, normal sizes, and he's mixed in these all-ins as well. Trying to keep everybody on their toes.
And again, there you see the payouts. First place, 13,600 up top. Vince, who was eliminated earlier in the final table, took home $1,360. And here are the chip stacks. Right now, Mike M is the one that is the short stack. 10 bigs for Mike.
And I believe he just got through the blinds. Blinds approaching BKB, the other short stack with 11 bigs. So let's see which one of them goes for the double up. Might just be at the mercy of which one wakes up with a hand first. When you're in that 10 big blind range, you're looking to get it in. Hopefully, none of them get it in as Corey looks down at ace king.
How are Major's chips like aligned so perfectly?
He's got a lot of experience stacking chips. Unlike people like you and me who are used to maybe nursing a short stack or being eliminated, Corey knows how to accumulate them.
He's going to go ahead and put in the raise here with his ace-king. Mike M, ace-jack
Talking
suited
about
on
looking
the
for a
button.
hand to get it in. This is
This is it.
looking like one of those hands for Mike.
There it is, the all-in.
10 big blinds against the chip leaders open. Corey just recently showed down when he opened King 9 suited also, so you know he's raising it a little bit lighter than normal with the chip stack.
All right, well, off to the races
I was only 15.
for Mike's tournament life. Needs a jack.
Jack and Jack only.
That is
Doesn't
it.
come. So GG to Mike. Saw him eliminate Andrew Nemi earlier, take home the bounty prize as well as the bounty medallion. He's going to take 1,700 home for his troubles here with his 8th place finish.
Anybody else could bluff it, you wouldn't have bluffed it. 'Cause I'd have called.
But also did take home a prize.
I promise you that.
Gets to
I
take home the
promise
story
you
of
that.
knocking out Andrew. So GG's Mike. Been a lot of fun
You would've been in that hand.
having you on the feature table, now final table.
Oh, he got in the way. He got in the way.
You see Mike Henley going to take home $1,706 for 8th place. Again, just a tough one there. Really no choice for him in that spot. Had to go all in.
Especially Corey being the chip leader, opening a little bit light. As said, just a few hands ago in that check down pot, we saw him open King 9 of diamonds. The whole table got to see that he opened King 9 of diamonds. If he's opening King 9 there, you're happily getting it all in with Ace Jack. So nothing Mike could have done. Just obviously, you know, outflapped his opponent at the mercy of the run out. You can see everybody with a 2,100 and change locked up now. Pay jumps are starting to get a little bit nicer. At the same time, everybody's still being a little fun and friendly there. Chatting it up. Good to see. Pretty fun table. It's been a fun day here at Best Bet.
I'm leaving BT Jack. That's the team. I ain't bothering no more. I'm done with it. Let Brandon take care of it.
He ain't got to worry about me. Not yet. Not yet, Corey. Buddy, they had me down to 7 chips earlier. I ain't worried about it. 7. I got a couple more 7 right now. I got 12. I mean, it's a little better than 7.
16 play.
Action will start on Corey, fresh off of eliminating a player. Here he acts under the gun. See if he can look down at Ace King again.
You know I'm good for it.
Looks like he looked both ways before crossing the street there. He's going to put in the raise. Opening up from under the gun this time around, making it 35K to go. This time around, he's got the Queen Jack of Spades. By one, everybody's got to let it go behind him. Now around to the short stack, BKB in the big blind. Hasn't acted yet off of his 9 big blind stack. Does put in the call to 10 tray suited, looking to hit a piece. He's got a little over a pot size bet behind, and well, it's a pretty good flop for his hand, flopping 2 clubs. We see him open jam. Fortunately for him, Corey doesn't have an ace or a 9, so going to be tough for Corey to put in the call. BKB's all in was for 135K with 95 in the middle. Corey correctly saying, I think, my hand is best here. Now puts in the fold.
Get away with that shit again.
That's the nuts. Come on, man. Get away with that shit. Come on. I want him to dome me up. I mean, it's good to get the chips. I like Corey. I was going to get them. I was going to use them chips were coming this way. Come on.
All right, that's your last time.
All right.
Next time. I should have called you right
Blinds,
there, but I
please.
couldn't. I ain't have nothing. But I had called. If it was a king, I would have called.
Double 16.
It's a fun bit of table talk here. A couple of guys familiar with each other. A lot of fun hosting this event here today. Again, this is a $300 buy-in WPT Celebrity Bounty event.
Big blind is
This is now our final table coverage with 7 players remaining. Start of the day, 251 total entries.
He knows how to protect my blinds.
Been a pretty good day of poker here at Best Bet.
35 in the fold.
Open this final table, continues the trend as BT Jack raises it up.
See that?
With the 7 tray suited from late position. Carry gonna 3-bet shove the pocket 6s.
in the way, sir. Why you gotta go through
Just
that?
over 20 big blinds. Carry a lot of pre-flop aggression. What we've seen on the feature table.
I know you would have.
Going here with
It
his
was 2-5.
20 big blind stack.
I would have called you. Suited, too. I would have called you.
Carry no stranger to 3-bet shoving. 20 big blinds in there. That's what he does again here with the pocket 6. It's something that doesn't necessarily play well post-flop. He would rather just take down the 4-5 big blinds dead in the middle with pre-flop action.
Small blind for 8.
Action is going to start here with Sammy under the gun. Jack 10 offsuit.
Call 16 to play.
Does just limp in again. We've seen Sammy really mixing things up. So this time mixing in a limp from under the gun with the Jack 10. And for everybody that's been paying attention, I mean, we've seen him limp big hands, we've seen him limp medium hands. The players on the table, they don't necessarily know what this limp means yet. Kind of forces players like David here just to limp in with their 5s. Kind of forces them to play their hands straight up. Invited BKB to limp from the button off of his short stack. Put in the call. Does have about 12 big blinds behind. Now action on Corey. Chip leader trying to dissect. If I make a big raise, can I steal it here? Whoops. Said just going to put in the call. And Bill happily checks his option with the 8-4 offsuit. So now 5 ways we go to a flop.
We got a best bet heads up on the final
7
table.
players in this field and 5 of them limping in. Holy moly.
Oh, deuce, trade, deuce.
Anticlimactic flop,
Yeah,
though.
very much. It's a flop that doesn't hit for anybody.
Yeah, good for David as his pair is still above the board. That's why we're going to see him assemble a bet when it checks over to him, especially once you see Sammy checking his option after being an under-the-gun limper and kind of say, okay, he wouldn't check here with an overpair. Now I know my hand is probably best. Let me bet out at it. That's why we saw him bet 60,000 into about 90,000. Something where you just want to deny all of the overcards from coming out, since with 4 players against you in the hand, between them they have so many overcards combined. Just want to take this down with a 2/3 pot-sized bet. Stack the chips, get closer to that 30 big blind mark now.
Zombie, not sure why that would be happening on Facebook. Again, looking on our end, we are not dropping any frames on that feed, so I would say, even though you are watching on YouTube, which for me, honestly, that's a better platform to watch on anyway, but if you're having issues with Facebook, just refresh and double check your settings, make sure they're set the way they're supposed to be, because like I said, unfortunately, it's not happening on our end, so it could be very well like a Facebook platform issue more than anything.
Another issue for Jack here.
Oh, wow, yeah.
We saw him open with ace-10, and Kerry immediately looks down at ace-king. It's a 3-bet incoming, just a matter of whether he 3-bet shoves again, which might be tempting since we've seen him 3-bet shove a couple of times already. He might want to keep that going, thinking he might get looked up light.
Now
There.
Kerry is going to go ahead and go all in,
Yeah,
as you mentioned.
I think under normal circumstances, Kerry would have put in a, normal 3-bet size to like 5-6 big blinds, but again, especially given the fact he just 3-bet shoved against Jack, I think he's going to do it again here, thinking, okay, if Jack has ace-queen, he's going to think I'm full of crap.
BKB here, who is the short stack now. Don't have to let this go.
Yeah, against an open and a 3-bet shove, tough to put it in there with king-jack offsuit. You can easily be dominated like he is here by Kerry's ace-king.
Pull the 35 in, please.
You can see Jack asking for an exact count. Again, I think because Kerry has been 3-bet shoving fairly often, there's definitely a lot of that doubt creeping in because we've seen him do it quite a few times. And the last few times we've seen him do it, it's usually with a hand that doesn't want to go off to a run out. He'd rather take it down pre with like pocket 6s. On the featured table, we saw him do this with ace-4 in one hand. We saw him do it with pocket deuces. A lot of those hands that have straight up hand value right now, but you'd rather just steal the blinds rather than go off. This time around, Kerry's got a monster. It's just going to be up to what Jack does here after doing the accounting, see how many blinds he has, how big this all-in is exactly. Hopefully coming to the right conclusion is what I know he's going to be rooting for. Kerry, obviously, when you fade the snap call here, you're thinking, God, I hope he has an ace that puts in a call. If he has a pocket pair, I'm okay if he folds. But once you fade the snap, you're kind of content no matter how it goes. Should Jack put in the call? The winner of this pot have a very large shift stack. If they didn't have Corey covered after this hand, they'd be really close.
See, Jack's trying to get a read on Kerry here.
I think this is that little bit of brain versus heart kind of battle going on.
Ooh, that was close.
Still, he can't quite decide. I think the chip stack and the charts tell me this is a fold. Something in my gut that says you've been 3-betting me light. Which way does GT Jack go here?
Looks like he is going to let it go.
Did put in the correct laydown, did Jack, which is going to be good news for him when he watches it back later. Is
That was my move, though.
he got away from it there, got real close. You hear him and Kerry exchanging a few words after the fold. Kerry wasn't giving anything away
No, he was
beforehand.
not.
He knows Jack is too good. I'm not going to give him any information to decipher. Sometimes that is the far and away best thing you can do as a player. People are trying to get a read on you. Just put on your blank stare and wait for him to decide. So Kerry did chip up to 30 big blinds after that hand.
Yeah, pretty big chip up for him in that regard, because obviously as these blind levels continue to increase.
Same time, interesting to see that Kerry's 3-bet shove there got so much look up from Jack. Now, Sammy rips it into David, and you see David just go, ugh, this again. Has to fold ace-5 offsuit for that big of a price. Sammy thinking about showing, debating it.
We're going to see it anyway, so tell us what it was. What was it? Ace-8?
Man, what is going on here?
You quit talking and it didn't become fun anymore?
Yeah, right? I know. It's just like it's a great
I said he quit talking and then we
Well,
having fun.
I'm not seeing nothing over 5 high. If I could just get something to read about, I mean, dang. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Is that too much to ask for?
Kerry,
I'll take
ace-10
9
under the
high.
gun, just lets it go.
9 high, all in right now.
Decides not to open the ace-10 offsuit there. Maybe feeling the fact that everybody has no respect for his raises at this point after how long GT Jack just tanked against his 3-bet shove.
Man, stop.
Doesn't
I was
wanna
gonna
face a
double up. I
3-bet.
wish you would double me up. I wouldn't be in this spot. Come on, man. You know I had you.
Action folds all the way around the blinds now. It's going to be David versus Jack, blind versus blind.
Until I get this next shot of Jack Daniels, it's done.
David's going to limp in. Jack is going to check his option out of the big. So off to a flop they go. Limped pot. And deuce, deuce,
All
deuce.
deuces.
3 of a kind flop. Jack says, I have 3 of a kind. What do you got?
Now David has a boat.
Yeah, Jack with just 9 high. Easy, easy fold. Unfortunate for David that Jack didn't have a little bit of something drawn at that. But here we go. Bowling dude checking back in. Asking who took out Andrew. Well, it was a player we just saw eliminated. His name was Mike. And as I can attest, all Mikes are evil, including that one. That's why we saw him eliminate Andrew. A couple of hours ago, Andrew went out in the money, made it to about 25th place. Got eliminated by Mike M, who just went out off of this table in 8th place. Andrew had quite a bit of chips for quite a while.
Sounds like after this hand, the blind levels are going to increase.
Seeing one by one. We're letting it go over to Bill. Looking down at pocket 5s off of 30 bigs. Does just limp in for 16K. Sammy squeezing the ace-4, has to put in the fold, and now David gets a limp from the button with King-Jack offsuit. GT Jack gonna put in the call for such a discounted price out of the small blind, and Kerry gonna check his option out of the big blind. So 4 ways we're gonna go to this flop. 80K in the middle.
6 ace king flop. So pair of kings for David that's in the lead.
See, I don't drink Red Bull.
Jack with a pair of 6s. But Jack first to act after we see David bet out and checks to
Give
him.
me a Red Bull. I just need a Red Bull.
I mean, pretty hard for anybody to continue in this hand. Maybe if Jack was closing the action, he'd look it up, but with 2 players behind, we see him fold his 6, and one by one, everybody lets go behind. David gets to take down another little pot there.
Hey guys, again, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Appreciate you guys watching. Our final table of our Celebrity Bounty event, part of the World Poker Tour. Play this down until we get a winner.
Oh, he's big blind? Let's steal his big blind.
You ain't stealing this one.
Looks like we
Try
got
it, Sammy.
somebody
Try
out here
it.
rooting
I
for
ain't gonna
Bill
look.
in
Look,
the
I ain't
YouTube
gonna
chat.
look.
Yeah.
And you
Try, you promise? Try to steal. I ain't look. The computers look. I ain't look.
Cocktails, food or drinks.
Don't you
okay now.
So BKB, the short stack in the big
You
blind,
did? Okay.
trying to tell everybody he's not going to let it go, hoping nobody pushes him around too light. GT Jack thinking about the 7 tray suited. Decides now I'm just going to let it go, and now action on carry. Never one that's too afraid to push the action.
Merry Christmas. Let me
Carry
look
lets
at
go at 10-5, and BKB gets a walk in the big blind off his 10
he
big blind
does.
stack.
He's been hanging
what I
in
had.
there, hanging tough.
Jack
Couldn't
7.
come at a much better time to get a walk, that's for sure. Again, nobody really had much of a playable hand. Couldn't raise it up.
Hey, some people are nice though, Corey. Some people, they ain't got a hand, they ain't gonna try to bully the small stack. Because you got all them yellow jackets, them bumblebees, whatever they be called.
Corey, 20 and 20.
I'm about to get that. You keep talking like that. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm about to pick a spot. Listen, I'm about to pick a spot. I'm about to go all gas, no brake. It's done forever.
For those, this is your first time seeing BKB in the final table. He is very much a talker.
Usually, some players get a little bit more talkative when they have a chip stack. He doesn't matter what his chip stack is.
No,
The talking
no.
is going to continue.
I am weak.
He can be
Very
busted out and you'll still hear him talking.
weak. So weak.
Meanwhile, this was a limped pot as we saw GT Jack just limp in there with the 7-6 suited.
I like that.
Again, BKB was in the small blind this hand, so maybe the short stack being in the small blind plays a role.
He is going to go all in.
And we may see GT Jack put in the call when it gets over to him. Corey sitting here with queen high and a gut shot straight draw. Probably just have to let it go.
Backdoor to hearts too, but
This is a sizable all in. I'm almost 200K all in with 75K in the middle. Jack snap calls with the flush draw.
oh, yep.
So here we go. BKB's pair of 9s in the lead. GT Jack looking for a heart. Not on the turn.
Turn and not
That's
on
how
the
it
river,
starts.
so
That's how it
comes a
starts.
full
I'm coming
house.
back, baby. Y'all want to see somebody come around on this live TV crap? I'm about to show y'all.
195.
Chip in the chair.
Those were those talking chips we were just talking about.
What's going on now?
BKB gassed up to a little over 20 big blinds. GT Jack takes a hit, gonna be
9
down
high.
to about
They
20
wouldn't
big
even
blinds.
give me king high.
Middle.
Yeah, 9 high.
Versus a flush.
I had to do them dirty with the bottom of these little stinky feet. Stomp on them. Give me them damn. Sorry, Bill. That didn't get you out. Oh, you want
What?
Listen.
It's close. I just
We're now entering best bet after dark territory here, BKB does take that down after getting trips.
Bad players usually don't make it, you know what I'm saying?
After that hand, now Sammy, first to ask the ace, 8 of diamonds.
No, they don't let it.
Gun.
We are 7-handed right now. Here on the final table for WPT Celebrity Bounty Event. Coming to you live from Best Bet Jacksonville. Again, 7 players remain out of the 251 that started the day.
Is that 30? 40.
Yeah, 40.
So now Sammy going to put in the min click, making it 40,000 to go over the 20K big blind.
Well, you better watch out. What was the bet?
40.
Where we at,
Action gets
40?
around to BKB, fresh off that double up. He's feeling himself and feeling his hand as he puts in the call with the queen 6 suited from the button. Now Bill getting a great price in the big blind, but looks down at 6 deuce offsuit.
Yeah.
Price doesn't matter when you got
Great
a hand
price,
that bad.
Me and the
terrible
best.
hand.
Yeah, Bill just lets it go, and now Sammy and BKB heads up to an ace king 4 flop.
Sammy does hit his ace.
See if he wants to put out a continuation bet. We've seen Sammy mix up his play. Here, kind of just playing it straight up as the pre-flop raiser. Looks like he is assembling that continuation bet.
Here, BKB is, Sammy was aligning his chips, saying, oh, this can't be good. Leading out, putting in a bet.
And did fire out 85K. About 2/3 pot. BKB
I'll fold. I'm just
all in the tank with queen high. So let's just let it
Nice
go.
hand, Sammy. 2 pairs good.
Sammy's pair of aces. Far and away the best hand. Gets to take that pot down. Pick up some chips. Once again, do appreciate everybody tuning in, everybody hanging out with us. You guys are here rooting on anybody at this table. You feel free to let us know who you're rooting for.
They're down dead. It's like they're waiting just to walk 10 feet out of this thing called into the casket. I mean, is this really like a serious thing?
Did y'all hear something?
Man, look at this guy. First time I'm talking, now I'm talking. Now no one's hearing. Now everyone's hearing crickets.
Echoing the thoughts
Thank you.
of
Can we
some.
get some cocktails back here, please? Somebody.
Give him some cocktail.
Drinks, main game. I mean, it's like we're on TV, but or wherever we're on, but can't we get a drink? Oh no.
Oh, well, here we go.
I would love to have a Jack Daniels right now, really.
Actually folds around to Corey's button. Looks at an ace tray offsuit. Could see him raise it up here.
I need to be under supervision almost 24/7.
40 big blind stack. Does in fact bump it up. Makes it 50K to go. 2.5 big blinds.
And 7 offsuit here for Sammy.
Sammy not one to like folding, especially for only 30K more, 100K in the middle.
Tell he wants to defend his big, but
Just won a couple of chips. Really wants to put it in there. It does think better of it. Let it go. Corey gets a scoop in that little pot. Uncontested. No flop necessary. Tom Cruise asking, does GG Jack not make a final table? There was a ladies event yesterday. He was not at that final
he
table.
didn't make that one. You're right.
So,
But yeah, he very much a person that does make quite a few final tables.
he does love making the deep run. See if he can close this one out here today. 13,600 up top for this 300 buy-in. Everybody obviously their eyes on that prize, as well as taking home a WPT trophy. Always a nice addition to the accolades. Whew.
The chip leader at this table, Pocket Jacks.
Corey gonna raise it up here. Just a question of whether he makes it 50 again or something different.
It's like 50.
Yep. Same thing as last hand. Just keep it going. See what develops in the blinds this time around again. Sammy looks over. Give him the death stare there for a second. Does lower the go. David, 8 tray offsuit. No option but to fold out the big. And it's back-to-back raising takes for Corey. So we'll see if Corey wants to keep that momentum going or just kind of playing it straight up, the strength of his hand. Both opens were more than valid. Obviously an ace from the button and pocket jacks. Easy raises for him. But because sometimes you start raising and you get no resistance, you think, well, that was easy. I'll do it again. Let's see if he wants to do it again here. Does not do it after looking down at 10-4 offsuit. Everybody else looking down at pretty bad hands until we get to Sammy with an ace on the button. Gonna raise things up. Clicks it to the 40K mark. David, the defendable 10-8 suited out of the small blind.
David does like to go ahead and make the call.
Heard, speaking of Ben Scroggins, he was referencing 10-8 as his favorite hand on the live stream final table the other day.
I mean, listen, this
can start to see why.
Straight flush draw here for David.
Yeah, 9-9-6, 2 clubs. David sitting here with the 10-8 of clubs. Lucky Sammy didn't c-bet theirs. Easily could have.
5 on the turn.
And gives Sammy a straight draw as well. After we see David bet out. Sammy adjust himself, trying to deduct what this bet means. It's a pretty sizable 75,000 into 120. A little over a half pot-sized bet. Sammy, just a gut shot straight draw on ace high, does decide to let it go.
Back in the saddle again. That's it. And I went up there, there's no bartender. I looked around the whole room. There's not a cocktail waitress in the room. I think they're all back there in the closet. I think they're doing what you know what. I ain't gonna say on until I think they're back there in the closet. No,
Shocking. The ladies were dodging BKB when he went to the bar.
Yeah, what a shock.
Can't see why.
Why?
I mean, he's in camouflage, so maybe they just didn't see him also in their
be.
defense.
Could be.
But I guess we got to get the disclaimer out of the way now, since he does have another drink in hand. The views and expressions by BKB do not necessarily reflect the views and expressions of Best Bet, its affiliates, or any of its employees.
The Best Bet live stream, the Best Bet live crew, anything Best Bet related.
Again, it's nearing midnight here in Northeast Florida as we're coming to you live from Jacksonville. So it's midnight in Florida. We apologize in advance if you have your kids watching. You should probably put them to bed. It's past time anyway. As things might get
And
a little fun.
for those that aren't familiar with Jacksonville and its residents, camouflage is a popular attire,
They don't need to stay there. They just need to be in there or something.
especially in our room.
Okay, register.
Here we saw Kerry raise it up big, 70K over BKB's original limp in from under the gun, then GT Jack complete out of the small. So now Kerry goes big and kind of in line with what he did with that ace king. I think he's kind of trying to size it up to make people think he's doing it to steal. Telling ace queen is probably the best hand should anybody stick it in.
BKB's going to put in the call with Jack 9 suited.
And he's trying to chip up.
Yeah, he is.
Let's see if he can connect with this board. Kerry and BKB suddenly big pot brewing.
And he does his Jack on this flop. All diamonds, though.
Jack 7-5, but flopping top pair. Can't imagine he's going anywhere. We did see Kerry see that immediate
snap
shove.
all in.
Kerry did the pick up his cards just to make sure that ace was a heart instead of a diamond.
Chip it.
That ace was a diamond. We may have seen a pile of chips go in the middle.
Yeah,
Instead, we got a small pile of chips going BKB's way. But suddenly he's up to 30 big blinds.
just like that.
So, whew. A lot of chip up.
He won't be here when you
Tom Cruise says he'll be back Friday and is going to be playing in the main event. Good to hear, Tom. Hope we do see you at that main event final table. Real quick, we're going to take a look at the chip count updates. Corey still far away the chip lead, 48 big blinds for him. You can see the gaps have kind of shrunk as Kerry is a shorty with 14 bigs. Jack 19, Sammy 20, Bill 22. Very tight grouping there between everybody. Again, nobody under 10 big blinds. There's no super short stacks in the field, especially after we just saw BKB spin his 10 big blinds all the way up to 30.
All gas, good break.
That's it.
20 to go.
No shorties in action at this final table.
9.
So again, this is 7 players remain. Now Sammy ripping it in with Queen Jack offsuit.
That's real deal, huh?
Fold 4.
Just open shove from Sammy with the Queen Jack, and it looks like it's going to fold all the way around to BKB.
No, stop now, 'cause I'm gonna need stop. I ain't gonna take forever, but don't say that. Don't say that, because I know you're lying now, but don't say that. Don't say that. You ain't got to count. Okay, yeah, okay. Wow. Really? No in between. You got a lot of chips. You just gonna put them all up there?
BKB sounds like he's trying to make sense of why Sammy just open shove 21 big blinds.
This is the one.
So that's a pretty big chip stack to just be open shoving. See, Sammy probably doesn't want a call, sitting here with Queen Jack offsuit.
He's got it.
Fold.
He's got it. Nice
Those
hand.
hands you'd almost rather get no action from. And
You have an 8?
after a lot of posturing, BKB finally lets go of his 6 high.
I was good.
How big is your pair?
Wasn't that big. It was threes, baby. I had you though. No, I didn't have it.
I'm asking
20,
if you have
20
an ace. Can you get it?
Oh yeah, kings. Oh, can you? I say, man, I don't get much. I want whiskey. I shoot
on,
Jack
man.
Daniels. Help me out a little bit.
Jim Beam, man. Jim Beam. Good folder.
Help me out. Thank you, Sammy. I wanted to call threes though. I had a feeling, but no, nice hand.
So now that everybody's done lying about their hand on the last one,
Fold
we'll
9.
move on to this one here. So now, Sammy looking down at Jack 10 offsuit. Fold it over to him, see if he wants to open things up here yet again.
Fold 1.
This time he's just going to let it go.
5.
Folds around to the blinds, and BKB in the small blind. Going to put in the limp with the Jack-5 offsuit. Corey Major in the big with the Queen-9 off. Going to put in the check. So limp pot to the flop we go. Blind versus blind. It's a pretty fun one. Corey flops an open-ended straight draw. BKB flops top pair after it came down Jack-10-7. Saw BKB lead out. Corey snap call. 4 on the turn. Let's bring backdoor diamonds. Either player with the flush draw. Again, bet call is the action. Now 6 of hearts on the river. So BKB's pair of jacks are best. Continues to fire out. Again, 25K. Just keeps on betting small on each street. Same 25K, both flop, turn, and now river. Action on Corey, which is whether he wants to bluff at it or not. Decides he's going to let it go. After he does let it go, BKB yet again stacking another pot, staying over 30 big blinds.
Yeah, boy. Oh, God, I'm telling you. I told you I just needed a sport. I wish y'all didn't. But I mean, everybody's been quiet. I was about to say everybody's getting quiet, but everybody stayed quiet. Ever since we got here, it's like quiet. We ain't moms. I know y'all can talk. Is there nothing to talk about? It's like everyone hates each other, going for everyone's throat. They're like, I ain't gonna talk to nobody, even this game.
20K to go.
No headache, you need. All love.
Fold 1.
All love. Full of love, Sammy.
Raise
I love Jack
55,
Daniels.
C3, fold
Jack
4.
Daniels.
Right, David
Fold 5.
just open things up with pocket jacks. Makes it 55K to go.
We won't mention that.
55.
Fold.
Fold.
KB
8.
lets it go. From the button, blinds get out of there. David's pocket jacks just get to take it in after a raise and take. Still 7 players remain here.
Mr. All in, you ain't went all in a minute. It's been a minute. Then again, you probably ain't had Cowboys. Oh, you had to go with that?
I jacked.
Woo, my God. All right, at least we're all playing now. At least we got all shoving all out of our
10
system.
or 2020.
Now we can start
7
playing some real
players
poker.
do remain in this event. It's a $300 buy-in
I
WPT
thought that was like a
trophy event. Winner will be taking home a WPT Best Bet trophy, the Celebrity Bounty final table.
I want to put this on the screen.
Fortunately, all the Celebrity Bounty aspect is over with, as all 12 celebrities have been busted out before we got to the final table. Andrew Nemi was the last bounty standing of celebrity status. Saw him get knocked out of the featured table.
I'm
We're
sorry.
following rules now. Now you're not.
I mean, I thought everyone was just staring at me. That's why I was even talking. I'm sorry.
All in the 5.
I'm sorry.
Fold
Sorry.
7.
It won't happen again. It won't happen again.
Fold 8.
I don't want to get no penalties.
All right, so we did see Carey open shove.
Trust me, life penalizes me.
At around 15 big blinds is this all in with the 9-8 suited from Carey. Looks like it will get through as Sammy looks down at garbage in the big blind.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Carey's pre-flop aggression takes it down.
Just having fun, man. I usually don't be doing that. I pay attention. It was so funny earlier when I was playing 2-2. There was a guy to my left. He would call before me every time. And this guy in the 7th, he was like, dude, you got to stop. You got to wait your turn. They made like a big deal about it. Still, after they told him, he was calling before me every time. The boy just down there shaking his head. They done said something to that guy, I don't know how many times. He was just
20,000 to go.
getting it in and out of turn.
Fold 4.
He was an old man. I've seen him in here before. It was cool.
Fold 5.
He
Back
was
underway. Folding around we go.
Fold 8, 9.
Keeps on folding around to the blinds now. Action on Sammy in the small. He's just going to limp in with the King-9 suited. David going to try and steal it away. Raises huge with the 9 deuce. Sammy snap calls him though.
Wow, just like that.
Just like that, over 200K in the middle. 10 big blinds. Off to the flop of ace, ace, 6.
A flop that neither of them really wanted to see. Just going to check, check. Now, Sammy and David both hit their 9.
Yeah, Sammy with the king kicker though. Might see that come into play big time. That's out just a paltry 20,000. David kind of giggling a little bit at first. This is a rainbow board. So your 9 could easily be best. Sammy stabbing here, super small.
Raise.
And he's going to put in the raise this David.
80,000. Seat 3.
Making it 80K to go. Let's see if Sammy can put in the call or not.
It's been a minute.
Sammy doesn't love putting in calls
Can't even get to big two.
with medium strength hands. This could easily look like David has an ace as he raised it big pre-flop, making 95K.
Yeah, you can go to your phone on the side. Yep.
Would slow play an ace-6 flop too.
And you're not pulling up the string.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha. What's seeing what people are playing? I mean, that's a thing, really. How far behind is the
20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Sammy weighing his options. See if he can come to the right conclusion and put in the call, or if he reads David's action for strength. Again, this raise represents a good chunk of Sammy's stack. Raises to 80K, 60K more to call. So for Sammy, it's 20% of the remaining chips that he has in front. Might also be sitting here thinking, okay, if I call now, how do I want to proceed on the river? Never a bad idea to possibly think a street ahead when you have the time to think, rather than putting in a call and acting on it.
Does let it go though.
Really reads that.
Somebody lied to me.
Really reads the way that played out for strength. Again, David raised it up so big out of the big blind pre-flop.
I didn't have nothing. Yeah. What did I have?
Seems to be why Sammy lets it go.
Oh, I thought you
About to say.
After Sammy led out on that turn, David raised it up. It really does look like an ace. It's exactly how an ace would play the hand.
Come on, man. He can't even look this way. This guy.
You won though.
No, that's all that matters, right? That's all that matters. 5 was good. Hey, the 5 was
Harry
good.
says Sammy showed weakness with a small bet
Was good.
into that pot. Yeah, it was about a 1 big blind bet into a 10 big blind pot. So it was very small.
And I think that's what David took advantage of, obviously.
And it actually gave David a lot of room to put in a small raise in proportion to the pot size. Again, 200K in the middle. His raise was to only 80K. So from Sammy, he's facing a raise. And even though it's not a massive raise in terms of stack to pot, it was still
55 and a fold.
tough for Sammy to proceed. And here we saw a different course of action as GT Jack raised it up out of the big blind. David just has to let it go. Jack gets to take it down.
See how fast Kerry put them blinds out? That was stellar. Y'all gotta take notes.
You talking to me?
Everyone.
Well, we're still waiting on the dealer.
No, I know.
I mean, he still had an extra.
Not just you, Corey. Don't worry.
Come on, dealer.
I know I'm bad at it.
Come on, dealer.
It don't matter if it's a satellite or a final table. I'm telling Corey to put his blinds in.
Yeah.
20,000 to go.
So you really just have to get it across one time. They don't have to
Yeah,
sit there?
you're-
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I mean, okay. I don't
No, you're good. Fold 7. Fold 8, 9. You said all in? Okay, all in the 1.
Come on, what's that?
Yeah, Harry
What-
said
what-
Sammy.
80K, a lead by Sammy would have meant a lot different.
Yeah, now Sammy going on here, and pocket 8s for David on the button.
This long, this.
With how much we've seen Sammy shove previously, you can easily see David put in the call, maybe even an isolation raise. Instead, he's just going to let it go. Sammy, about a 15 big blind shove. It's a third of David's stack.
314.
Oh, that-
But now Kerry with ace queen, snap call.
Call.
Now ace queen versus ace 5. Sammy looking for a 5 or some chopportunities. Otherwise, we're going to have Sammy eliminated here in 7th place if he can't find some help.
Wow. So
Kerry basically on for his tournament life. Started the hand with almost an identical stack, and now king at 9 deuce flop. Rainbow board deuce turn. A lot of chop outs
yeah,
now.
lots of chop outs, and
There's
that's
one of 'em.
exactly what's going to happen.
I'm the master of that.
Sammy lives to see another day.
I don't want to see him go too soon.
I got lucky that.
Very fortunate run out for Sammy. Gets the chop.
So he will stay alive, and
Kerry.
both Sammy and Kerry pretty even as far as where they're at, as far as chip counts go.
Gotta be frustrating for Kerry. Had a real good opportunity there to chip up to over 30 big blinds and knock out a player.
Oh, my bad. Oh, I
Kind of
didn't
what
give him cards.
you've been waiting for.
Technically not supposed to deal them until
Hey, I'm out. You ain't
No, I
you still
know.
shuffling.
Still shuffling.
Don't make me. I'll get on your gas real quick. You better deal them cards. I don't want to get the chips out anyway. They're coming right back to me. Let me look. Oh, I'm not folding.
Corey first to
20 to
act.
go.
We saw him open earlier with King 9 suited. Back then he had an effective stack of 60 big blinds, now sitting on 43. See if he still wants to open things up like he has prior.
Raise
Here's what happens.
58, fold 9,
All my big
fold
blind.
1,
Okay.
2.
Okay.
Does raise it up to 55K.
I see things ain't the same no more.
Jack has something to think about.
Fold 3.
Well, I lied. He paused though. That was
did.
that
He
was
did
let me
pause.
think about this for a second.
Technically, you were right. He did have to think about it, but it was a quick decision. He didn't let it go.
Everybody else snap folds, and Corey gets to take that one down.
Student snap card.
Seems like nobody wants to really battle him. Everybody's playing him pretty straight up.
This man some sneaky calls on the way.
He almost had it. I had 2 red cards, but I didn't have suits.
Hey, BKB. Never mind. I was going to get Corey so bad.
Oh, take it easy on him
I'm
now.
gonna say, BKB, can you tell Corey to put his hands up?
Why I can't?
All right, action starts on Bill, and
20
he's
to
going to look down at 6
Probably
deuce.
still playing up
6 deuce. We're going to continue to see Bill
Fold
not
9.
too much of anything at this final table. He hasn't had a single playable hand yet.
No, he really
I believe,
hasn't.
in this final.
Oh, here's GT Jack, King 9 suited.
Yep, same suit, hearts as Corey in the last hand. See how things can go for Jack as he opens it up.
52,000. Fold 5.
52,000 the raise from GT Jack. Now BKB 9-8 suited in the small blind.
Yep, definitely something worth pondering. This is the quietest we've seen him in the last
52,000, seat 7.
hour or so. Had to think it over what to do there. Puts in the call.
Fold 8. Heads up.
Again, as
What you want to know?
Mike, you mentioned earlier with the table getting to 7-handed right now, ranges open up a little bit.
Whew, what a flop for
Wow.
Jack. Queen, Jack, 6, 2 hearts on board. So straight draw and flush draw for Jack. We see him c-bet after BKB checks it over. BKB has the same out in terms of a straight card as Jack with a gut shot of his own.
Nice hand.
No hearts to go with it, just lets it go. Jack gets to take it down with King High.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm observing every hand you have never showed. Don't lie to me. He hasn't. You ain't showed nothing except deuce 5. Flip your cards real quick. Man, you cheapskate. I swear, I can't wait. You wait next time. Try me with some stuff next time. I swear, man. That's not even fair, right?
I bluffed
You tried
you.
to say I've showed too many. You ain't even showed nothing. You did bluff me, didn't you? I know you
Bluffed
did.
you.
With the best hand.
With absolutely the best hand.
You could be 8 high, I hope.
Yes.
Exactly.
Really honest feedback happening right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
It was good. I was waiting.
Your
Oh,
hope. If they would have been diamonds, if they would have been diamonds, boy, you would have got a
Well, if they'd
snap.
been
Oh,
diamonds,
you would have got a
that's
snap.
different.
You would have got a snap. Wake up, check yourself real quick. All these chips and this stinky foot would have been in there.
Nobody wants that.
How many chips is this stinky foot worth?
It's worth a lot.
All in the 1.
Sammy open jamming, first to act with the Queen 10 of clubs.
4.
Feels like anytime Sammy gets a pretty big hand, that's the move that he's going to make. Just go ahead and
Wow, Sam.
ship them all in.
It's about a 16 big blind shove right here. BKB sitting here with 8 high.
7.
Does figure out he's got to let it go.
Yep,
Yep,
we are
wrong
on a
break.
10-minute break.
Yep.
We are
Thanks a lot. Let me go home.
Everybody else folds out of the blinds. And just like that, players are going to be off to a 10-minute break. So we'll be taking a pause in the action as well. Be back in roughly 10 minutes as soon as the players return and resume play. Don't go anywhere. We'll see which of these 7 can take home the trophy.
Yep, it sounds like they are going to do a quick color up as well. So, yeah, guys, again, taking that 10-minute break. We need it. We'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Welcome back to Best Bet Live. You guys asking the real questions. Unfortunately, players are not individually mic'd, so
We tried putting the muzzle on during the break. He actually chewed right through it, so
yeah,
couldn't keep it on. We're gonna be back unfiltered, unfortunately. to the
unfiltered.
action.
Unfortunately,
It is after midnight here.
Listen.
I think it's when you're allowed to put unfiltered television on. So,
yeah, Best Bet after dark.
but here we go. Resuming from break. This is the $300 buy-in WPT Celebrity Bounty event
It's
being
coming.
hosted here at Best Bet in Jacksonville.
Time will tell.
We had a total of 251 entrants in this event. Now we sit here with 7 players remaining.
Somebody just
Queen
got
10
scared.
versus Queen Jack for Sammy and David.
David originally opened it up from under the gun.
You see a ghost, you get that.
Sammy put in the call from the big blind. Sammy with only about 10 big blinds behind. A queen high flop would be disastrous. And oh my God,
there it is.
Ugh.
Calls.
Snap.
Literally out loud, snap was said. As Sammy opened shove, David abruptly called, and now
Sammy
in rough shape, looking for a 10.
True out with the 10. Board pairs with the 6. Those give chop outs, but that's going to be it.
Fail, 59.
David gonna take this pot in, and just like that, David shifts up to almost 50 big blinds.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, actually, yeah, David just hit this flush, runner for a flush.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was already done. Yeah, it was like that flop basically just sealed the deal.
Unfortunate flop for Sammy. There's not much he can do when it comes queen high once he
Yeah.
defends the big blind.
That's tough, too, especially since Sammy's definitely a favorite of mine as far as players in the room. But still going to take home a decent payday. $2,172 going to go to Sammy for 7th place. And
Everybody 2,800 locked up then. For 300 buy-in, getting 2,500 in profit, not too bad. And there's the updated chip counts. David now the chip lead. Over $1 million after that hand, almost 1.2 million. So we're going to see some medium stacks and short stacks try to chip up and catch up to him. David kind of quietly and solidly has just kept chipping up during this event. We saw him for a while on the featured table as well.
Yeah, but
That's
then you
enough talk.
folded.
That's enough talk, guys. Fold side.
You can't, it's not like that. You can't.
He cut you off earlier for
He
something
said
similar.
earlier. No, he said nothing.
Technically, it's not okay.
Yeah, well,
Fold 3.
I'm just shooting the shit. Is that, could you, I mean, is that shit like you get in trouble for?
Yeah, it didn't inciting action. I don't know. It's a silly 2-year rule.
Dude,
but-
I suck at this game. I mean, come on. My neurons and protons aren't even fucking click correctly.
GT Deck did take that pot down uncontested after everybody had to let it go.
This guy's obviously a pro. I'm nobody.
A little over 20 big blinds is Jack.
I just had to go get out the truck. Damn.
6 players left, all vying for that 13,600 up top, along with the WPT trophy.
Everybody's silent for 3 hours. I mean, damn.
some people would wish.
Sorry, I'm too talkative. I can't just sit here in silence.
Some people
I'm
wish.
trying to take y'all's money. Well, hell, that's what the whiskey, they had it over there at 61 degrees. I was trying to warm up.
Yeah, Ron says he just got back. Sammy gone. He
Yeah.
just busted out, unfortunately. Did Sammy. Got knocked out by David there in the 3 seat.
And Queen 10 versus
Queen 10 versus Queen Jack.
What'd you think? You like that?
Sammy did hit the rail in 7th place. Not going to be the winner of this event.
Whatever you want.
I'm sure we'll see him back on the live stream in the very near future. He had a pretty good run in this tournament.
Sammy did tell me for December and beginning of next year he wants to be on the live stream more, so I told him
Good to hear.
anytime he's welcome.
Good, man. I don't know what happened to it, man.
Well, we see David and Jack heads up in this pot. David leading out on the turn. He turns a straight draw.
Wow.
Sizing up to the 100K.
Oh, so you got some cartridges? Oh, man, that's cool.
Saw limped pre-flop. David just led this flop for 1 big blind. Now sizing up a little bit. Jack improves to a pair of 5s on this turn. Classic blind versus blind warfare underway. This 100K does represent a quarter of Jack's stack.
It looks good.
So putting in the call here would put about a pot-sized bet behind for Jack heading to the river. Real tough to face an all-in if you don't improve. Maybe he's thinking about that. Maybe he's thinking if his opponent's bluffing, if he wants to put in a raise. Really weighing all of his options is Jack right now.
but I do got to go.
See, Jack is trying to get a read on David right now.
It's brought out.
Both players
It gets
very experienced and quiet in this spot.
Oh, what did he say? I heard respect. Come on, no one shows hands. Nobody shows. So we're this far. No one shows no more hands. Is that what we're doing?
So Jack,
So it's a muck every
that's a
time.
respect fold. Ron says David's aggression is getting it done. That's what we saw with about when we went down to 2 tables. David came over to the feature table that we had earlier.
But still, okay.
He seems to pick his aggression spots pretty well.
When if I remember correctly too, someone I think in the Facebook chat did
I don't even.
say that David did finish runner-up in the Big O 8 or better tournament yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's correct. I forgot all about that. So
David very solid player.
and having a final table run to second place yesterday, I mean, nothing's going to boost your confidence like just making it to heads-up play. You're ready to get back to it again. This time, be on the other end of it when you get to heads-up play. Want to take home that trophy.
You know, hey, show your cards. He folds, and then he's like, I had
Now,
ace.
in this hand, we saw Jack raise it up. Carry defended the big, and they go off to a king 5 tray, all hard flop. So Carry with the second nut flush draw. Jack with top pair.
It's the same way with everybody.
And it's a 10 big blind effective stack, as that's what Carry has behind.
Yeah, right, you liar.
Jack leads out 60K. Carry with 250.
I mean, you're
And he's going to go ahead and go all in here with that flush draw.
what you gonna do, Joey?
Snap call from Jack with flop top pair. So Jack going to be trying to dodge a heart. Carry needing a heart to stay alive in this tournament. Jack needing to avoid that heart, or else he's going to be crippled down to 5 bigs. And deuce on the turn, so it's heart and heart only for Carry. And oof, there it is. Oof indeed. 4 of hearts on the river. He's going to get Carry the full double up through GT Jack.
And that hurts because Jack now down to 5 bigs after that call.
Yeah, doubling up the shortest stack at the table. Jack left with crumbs in the form of 5 big blinds. Put in the correct call. Not much else he could do. Made the correct call.
If I was this psychic every time, I'd win more often, I guess.
Carry suddenly over 25 big blinds.
Boom.
Right in the mix. With 6 players left. We'll see if Jack can make a comeback. Obviously crippled there, down to 5 big blinds. He will be on the button this hand, so let's see if he can find a hand to shove from late position with. Again with Jack on the button, it's going to keep these players in early position, pretty honest. Very short stack behind you. You don't want to do anything crazy. Now Jack wakes up with a monster with his stack. Does shove.
Yeah, base queen. That's the only move for him really in this spot.
Yeah, easy slam dunk shove. And looks like after everything was corrected, it was 7 big blinds. Either way, still going to be looking for a double up here. Carry folds. BKB looks down at 10 high. Can't imagine he's doing anything other than posturing here. Does let it go.
Trust me. Come on, would you have called? Come on now.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna end up putting your ass out. It's gonna be that.
5. Why would I call with 10
Be
high?
patient. Be patient. Be patient. I'm coming for you. It's over. I don't call it. You don't woken the beast.
So after BKB did full, we see Jack take that pot down, closing on the 10 big blind mark. If he can find another double, sneak up to 20 bigs, have a ton of breathing room yet again. We just saw him at that 20 big blind mark before he got into that big pot with Carry. See if he can find a double up, get back to it. Obviously, nobody at this table wants to double up Jack. Everybody happy to see a very good experienced player eliminated at the same time, locking yourself up a pay jump. And meanwhile, here it is again,
Yeah.
Jack all in.
Oh, but he
King
ran
9.
into it with king queen suited for Carry. But again, like you mentioned, this is the only move that Jack can make.
And this is a big chunk of Carry stack. It's not a slam dunk call. We're actually going to see him let it go here.
Okay.
But now BKB snap calling with a suited ace-6 out of the small blind.
Oh boy.
So almost a race here. Jack
Ace-6 against king
with a
9.
king 9 of clubs, BKB, ace-6 of diamonds. Let's see who can win this run out. Jack looking to improve to stay alive.
Yeah, I didn't realize BKB was still in the action. So yeah, and he hits his ace.
Ace high board. And that's going to do it on the turn. We're going to see GT Jack eliminated in 6th place. So GG's going Jack's way. Always a pleasure to have in the room and at the table.
Yeah, tough for GT Jack, but he does book another final table appearance and a sixth placing for GT Jack there.
And hopefully a precursor of things to come for him and possibly the main event. I'm sure Jack will be back at it again in the near future. See him taking home 2,800 right here in 6th place.
So you want to chop and play it out, and we'll just get a crazy small blind
Discussion chop potentially.
We'll play it out, and we'll still play it out. We'll chop and we'll just keep playing.
Here we see the chip counts. David, if they create a chop, would be the winner of this event, sitting 52 big blinds.
I want the trophy. I want it all.
That's going to be tough. BKB says he wants the trophy.
I don't care. Y'all should.
Currently on the shorter side, right in the middle there with 30 big blinds.
Give me all the chips. Give me the chips.
So again, what the hiccup is, if we do the trophy's going to go to the chip leader, which in this case is David, which is what they don't understand.
Would you give him the trophy? I don't want the trophy. Like, if we all chop, man, are you serious? You're going to give him the trophy? You want him to give? No, hell no, man.
It's whoever gets awarded the most money.
I ain't never had nothing gave to me. I'm gonna earn it. I'm gonna earn it. I've never had nothing to me.
So when they say they would give him the trophy, he says no anyway. So,
Right.
so no chop happening.
No, not right now anyway.
He brought it up.
I'm getting top paid.
Clearly, nobody's going to give the guy sitting in third, first place money. David far and away out chipping a couple of players.
I mean, come on.
Wow,
Meanwhile,
trip fives for Bill here.
Yeah, Bill's like, never mind. I don't want to chop anymore. I got a full house. I'm good.
Yeah, no, yeah. I just go ahead and turn to full house.
Unfortunately, he's getting no action as
No.
he leads out. Unless Corey wants to put in a call here with the gut shot straight draw.
This has been a fun one here. I was about to go saying,
Now, Major is thinking about it. Double checked his cards. He's holding the king of clubs, but just going to let it go, not chase his gut shot. Unfortunate for him, he doesn't, because a 6 would have been an absolute disaster.
It would have been.
Bill sitting there with the goods, boating up on the turn.
That's right. I don't want no participation. I ain't like that, no. That ain't how it was when we played T-ball. We didn't win, we didn't get a trophy. It ain't like these things, oh, we're going to a trophy. Y'all didn't win a game all season. What are y'all getting a trophy for? Y'all need to get a kick in the ass and some damn teaching or something. Need to play better. What the hell? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
I dealt an extra card.
Oh, man, let me see what I got. Of course, I got the Queen of Spades. It wasn't? Did he?
I dealt to the ghost of GT Jack.
You're supposed to be the better dealer. I wanted you back here.
I have been still today, actually.
All right, so here we go. 5 players remain. We had a total of 251 to start this event. 300 buy-in. WPT Celebrity Bounty event.
That's my fault. I brought that over here. I don't even have my earpiece in. My bad. My bad. But no, I don't want to
5 players left, 13.6K up top, along with a trophy that apparently shouldn't be given out for participation. Everybody here trying to win it.
Right.
Obviously, you want to win a trophy. You want to take home the championship. You want to be deemed the winner.
Tissues. Hey, ma'am, you got some tissues? Yeah. He needs tissues. Wait, I don't care. We're playing. I don't care if I got to keep y'all here till 3 a.m. till I get the top spot and trophy. What's fourth place? Fourth place, 4,900. Fourth place, 4,900. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come on now, don't Corey, come on now. Hey.
So action back underway. BKB's gonna be first to act with ace-9 offsuit. We are 5-handed, so you're gonna have to start playing hands like this from first to act. That's why we see him open it up here. Does throw in 75K, making it 75 to go. Just 3 big blinds.
Thank you, man. Yeah, you can leave him here just in case.
Action does quickly fold around. He's gonna take the pot down uncontested here. Nice raise and take for him. Puts himself back up to 34 big blinds.
That Starbucks was Sammy's, right? It's not anyone's?
Probably not.
Brandon, big blind.
It could have been that other dude. He was drinking like a vanilla latte. I am sorry. Gotcha right.
Aaron in chat saying it looks like somebody's on super tilt. Yeah, maybe.
Folding through.
I mean, since all y'all want to chop, y'all ain't even trying to play no more, huh? Y'all are just like, check. I mean,
Action gets around to carry in the small blind. He's going to put in the call.
Now, y'all should have went to the bingo on Thursday night. Y'all should have came and
BKB
played this
checking
thing.
his option out of the big blind. We're off to a queen high flop, so Carrie flops top pair. BKB with just 9 high and a dream, gonna put out a 30K bet. Now Carrie splashes in the check raise.
I got 3 high. I mean, I fold.
And now BKB gonna let it go. Carrie gets a drag in a pot, chip up to the 25 big blind mark.
That's crazy. He said, listen, just give him the trophy.
Yeah, just give him the trophy. I wasn't born. I wouldn't even have a
GT Jack joining us in the chat. GG Jack, indeed.
There ain't no way.
2 pair, king deuce, flush draw hurt me. Had no choice but to gamble. I mean, you got it in with the best hand there, flopping top pair, blind versus blind. Not much you can do aside from get it in the head and hope for a clean run out. Obviously, we will see GT Jack back here in the very near future. Jack, you missed it in the chat earlier, but somebody was speculating that you haven't missed a final table ever that you've played. I let him know that you didn't final table the ladies event yesterday, so you're not completely undefeated yet, but do appreciate you saying that we ran a great tournament. It was a lot of fun hosting this event today. Once again, thanks to you, Jack, as well. Sure, we'll see you on the live stream again soon. Meanwhile, chip leader David here did flop top. Corey sitting here with a gut shot straight draw and backdoor diamonds. See what he wants to do facing this big bet from David. 9 big blind bet after a big raise pre-flop. Corey deep in the tank. This would be a massive, massive pot should Corey enter it.
He said good fold. Wow. Nice hand.
David gets to take it down, extending his chip lead now. Closing in on 60 big blinds. Trying to keep walking away with it. Is David here?
Good hand. You had ace jack suited.
Oh, it is Tom Cruise back in the chat. It was T. Cruise saying GT Jack doesn't like missing final tables. Glad that you're still sticking around, hanging out with us, T. Cruz. Glad you got to give the respect to GT Jack himself now. Pretty cool to see happen. Meanwhile, what we're seeing happen is we saw David open things up. BKB put in a super light 3-bet, 10-5 suited, raises it up here.
Is nobody playing here, dude? Come on, guys.
Everybody has to let it go. BKB needs to drag it in.
Y'all just want to chop so bad, y'all don't know how to play anymore, man. Come on, dude. I don't want to win it like this, man. Come on, play some cards. Let's play some poker. No, wake up, Major. Attention. Hey. I can, dude. Don't get scared. I see you trembling now. You
Trembling, man.
dwindling. I don't
Trembling.
know. I don't know what's going on with you.
Trembling.
Y'all better wait. Let's play some poker, man. Final table. Main event. 10,000 buy-in. Oh, did you almost laugh? You know, no, he ain't even close to ladies.
Action does get around a major on the button. Looks like a 10-9 offsuit.
At least he's smiling.
Very playable hand. Gonna open things up. Then 5-handed as we wind down, trying to find our champion of this event. Blinds do get out of there. Corey gets a drag in this one. Chipping up to almost 30 big blinds yet again is Corey.
You don't want it to happen like that?
No, let's play some poker, man. You see me right there, we raising the 10-5. Come on, man. I got to do that.
I don't know what you got,
Y'all are the
though.
pros.
I
I
don't
have
know.
to do that.
I don't know what
You
you
see,
got.
I
Nobody know
showed
what
you.
you got.
I showed you.
After everybody done fold, man.
But come on now.
Action will start on BKB under the gun. See if he can look down like a monster, like 10-5 suited again. And here we see an open shove, just ripping it all in for his entire stack. Not sure what he has. Cards didn't read, but everybody does just let it go.
Switch this around a little bit. It's alright. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry, is it not?
No, it's just Sometimes it doesn't go in.
Did it go in?
Not that time.
Now we're never going to know.
No, it's good. It's good. It's all.
What you had?
Ooh, GT Jack in the chat hits T Cruz back with respect, saying he makes his fair share of final tables. So let's just make a deal. How about both of you make the final table of the main event this weekend? Well, obviously, the final table won't be actually until mid next week, but let's just have both of you make the final table. Seems the most fair outcome for all involved. I know we'd all be happy to see it here on the live stream. And that main event kicking off this weekend. Final table coverage will be next week on the 14th. Hopefully we can see Jack and T Cruz on it. 5K buy-in, $1 million guaranteed event. Meanwhile, in the midst of chaos, Bill just going to rip it in with his pocket aces.
See, talking all that. Listen, you do that stuff when I got this. See,
Everybody just has to let it go, and Bill drags in this pot.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I have not looked at my cards. I would have called you.
Bill putting out a nice lie, saying he didn't look at his hand here. Taking a page out of some other players' books, possibly.
I didn't look at my cards. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Did you see?
Yeah, right.
Get
out of here. You ain't fooling nobody but yourself.
Everybody got jokes. Everybody got jokes now. Everybody's got jokes now. Okay. See, the computer won't pick up my cards, and no one want to call. And then, then all of a sudden, okay. I look. 15. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do them both of them at the same time. Yep, there we go, one at a time. I'm in for 15.
Here we go.
Yeah, right, that's what I'm saying.
Action back underway yet again, and this time it's David's turn with pocket aces.
Oh, you're good, man.
This table is juicing up in terms of discussion. See if the action can match it as BKB puts in the call. So two big stacks battling here. David is currently the chip leader. Oh my gosh.
No. Wow.
8, 7, 6 flop, 2 spades on board. Action does go check, check. David realizing this flop hits blind defender's range way more than his opening range. Does check it back for pot control.
What are you looking at? My foot, my stanky foot? Here.
So now BKB leads out. David snap calls. Oh my God, we're going to see a massive pot.
Wow.
1.8 million in the middle.
Run it, dealer.
Two massive chip stacks.
I'm sorry, y'all
collide.
You do your thing. You take your time.
Now board does not pair.
Appreciate it.
David does not improve.
Because y'all know I'm getting a trophy and a top spot. I done said it. Just give it to me.
Now
Y'all go home, get some
BKB
shut
finds
eye.
the
I'm
insane.
getting up going Orstrom first thing in the morning, baby, because I don't
double.
stop.
Almost 2 million now for BKB after that pot.
80
Let's go, baby.
big blind chip stack.
Wow.
Next closest is probably 30, 35 big blinds. And there it is. Holy cow. BKB far and away. Massive chip lead after finding that huge double up just now.
Looks like Tanique was removing a lot of the bumblebees after that one.
BKB cheering to himself, finding the two pair.
And baby 7-8, son. Get some of that, son. Wait to get this trophy home, baby. I just can't wait. I'm fucking overdue, son. I've been doing good tonight, too, man. I'm overdue, dude. I'm chip leader. Now, give me the trophy. Chop right now. Give me the trophy. Give me top pay. We'll chop.
Y'all want to chop?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. See, I'm super excited, man. I'm sorry.
Blinds, please.
Are we chopping? No, we're chopping.
No chop.
Oh, we're not chopping. Okay, he's pissed.
David's like, nope.
Whew, I hope David can make a comeback after that snap.
I do as well.
Forsaken Zombie asking about a muzzle. I don't know if you heard it earlier when we came back from break. I said we put one on and he actually chewed through it. So unfortunately, we didn't have a backup second muzzle. It was, we only had one. We've never thought we would need a backup for this kind of a situation. We're all finding some new stuff.
Nothing to read around here, but the yellow pages.
Now, Carey opened it up. Corey puts in the call at the King 10. Carey with the ace tray. Corey flops middle pair.
50,000.
Does just check it over to Carey. See the C bet, put in the call. Quickly heads up to the turn. Now Corey improves the two pair on that turn, but it adds a fourth club on board. After he checks it over, if Carey can find a bet again, it may take it down. Instead, Carey just going to check it back, and off to the river we go. And Corey,
Now we chopping.
going to see the bad news. He got rivered into a chop when it came 5 of clubs. So anticlimactic. Both players playing the board off to the chop. We are.
Scared, man.
Don't be
Can't
scared.
be, man.
You can't mind this man. This far, man. You ain't gonna be happy with money if you do bust down. Just bet it. Get him off the hand. I'll show you how it's done. I just don't want you to be next, baby. I don't want you to be next. I'm telling you. I told you I'm going for the gusto. This is my turn.
For the gusto. That's
Now BKB far and away the chip lead.
And you get the trophy.
No chop?
Yeah, they're chopped.
You really don't want to chop
No,
7,000?
it's crazy. It's funny because he was up for the chop, but now he's not.
We can chop for
But
7,000
you
apiece.
you don't want to chop.
No, I just wanted the trophy. I would have chopped. I said it. I said I would
Don't you
chop
want
right
to
now.
even chop and get
Yeah.
the trophy?
No, listen, no, we did that. No,
I don't think
we did that
BKB
earlier.
remembers
I
half the
would've
things he
I would've
said.
told you that.
We ain't doing no
Right, that's
even
what I'm
chop
saying,
now.
yeah.
We
No,
gonna
they said, no,
we
you were
gonna
gonna
make
get the
sure
most. No, you
like
was gonna get the
whoever
most. Or he was. He was gonna get the
short
most.
sag, I'm gonna get
And we
more
were
than
gonna
you
chop.
now. I
I think
gotta
they
get
said they
more
were
than
gonna
you.
give you 8,000.
Unless you
We were
somewhere
gonna
near
give
my
you 6.
stack.
Golden 5.
I just wanted the trophy, but they're like, you
Unless
can't
you
get the
somewhere
trophy
near
because
my
you're not
stack. I
chip
don't
leader.
mind everybody getting a good amount, but
But no, it's all good
if
if
you
y'all
shorter
want.
than me,
That's fine.
way shorter than me, then
You want to go for my throat now? Let's go. I
Now
understand.
Bill open rips it from the small
I
blind.
understand.
David looks down
I
at garbage, has
understand.
to let it
Listen, I
go.
get it. Especially when you get aces cracked. I understand how it is.
But you're the chip leader, so it seems you would get the trophy.
I am gonna get the trophy. I done told y'all this. What,
Not right
y'all got
now.
bad hearing?
I want to play.
Sir, you got your hearing
See if
aid
I get
on?
a chance to double, then
I'm getting the
maybe
trophy.
later.
It'd be 7,000.
If I don't left, I want to try double
Yeah, I know.
again.
It's a laughing stock. This is the
Okay,
most
stop.
laughingest fucking. Oh my! I gotta get off air. I can't do it. Too much whiskey. Sorry. Please don't penalize me. I won't happen again. I know. This is just too much. I'm just ready to party. I'm ready to just.
come on, it's on you, man.
I'm ready right now to just celebrate my victory, but everybody don't want to give it to me. I think I'll laugh.
raised.
All right, action starting on Corey. Everything just got quiet for a minute. So we're gonna see Corey raise it up to 75K. Just takes it down. Nobody puts in a call or wants to defend.
It's 7,000 apiece. We could
I ain't
chop
giving them
this.
7. I ain't getting the same amount as you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
Well,
exactly right, man, because I got so much more than you. You know what I'm saying? So,
But when-
I mean, we could do we could say 7,000, and you give me 500 of your 7,000 or something
Let's
like
do
that.
that right now. We'll do that
I'll
right
do
now.
it. I'll do it. I'm
I mean,
fine.
very well. So I'll do an even chop if and even five. That's fine.
But he gonna get
How you
how much he
gonna even
get?
chop? I got y'all smoked.
Oh, God, never mind, guys.
Yeah, it's
God.
play.
When we
I
chop,
don't mind if you get the
when
trophy.
people chop, it's not that you're looking at
No,
chips.
listen, it's called an ICM chop. We chop the chip count. That's what we do. I'm not wasn't born yesterday. If we're gonna ICM chop, we'll chop right now.
That's not what we were talking about.
Well, I'm sorry, y'all are talking about the wrong thing. I don't know why y'all are still stuck on. Yeah, that's it. Obviously, because they're stuck on stupid.
Carey.
I get it.
Just hanging out with pocket kings in the small blind.
Listen, no one wants to ever go with what I go with. That's why I don't go with no one wants to go with.
Calm down, bro.
Action
I'm
on
over
BKB
it.
with
What's the
4
raise?
tray of hearts.
I
Might
call.
defend the big
I'm
blind.
over this crap. I'm gonna put everybody out. How much?
65 total.
Wait,
We're
hold
going
on.
to see him put in the call. Carry pocket kings out of the small blind. BKB 4 tray suited out of the big and off to the flop of king 5 deuce. Top set for Carey. Open ender for BKB. Now BKB takes the betting lead on the flop after Carey checks it.
200,000.
I call. Let's go with it.
Carey clicks it back to 200. He's just trying to milk BKB here. Fortunately for Carey, he's going to have to fade the ace or the 6 if he can do it. Should find the double up. And on the turn, clean queen of clubs. Carey just rips it. BKB, open-ended. He can put in the call and connect with the ace or the 6. He will eliminate a player. Instead, he's just going to let go.
I was about to crack
Carey
it.
finds
I
a
probably
nice,
would've cracked
nice
on the river,
chip
but
up there.
I
Hitting
should- I
himself
should've just did it,
20,
man. I don't know. Y'all got me so
low
worked up.
20
It's
big
so
blinds
good.
all the way up to
It ain't
33.
really you, but you
Got
just-
nearly a double up there.
Good.
Did Carey started the hand with around $500,000, now sitting on a little over 800.
Not me though, huh?
No, you're still good. I'm still going for
Major big
No,
blind.
hell no. No, hell no. No, let's ICM chop right now.
Last hand, sure.
Last hand. This is last hand. last hand.
Full 9. Full 3.
Harry asking, why does Corey look to his left every time he raises? I don't know if there is a potential there's a clock there, and he's just double checking, making sure that his raise size is proportionate to the big blind. Could just be a thing that he does every time he raises, kind of like a routine.
65.
Never
Stay alive.
gonna be 100% sure is a cut back here. Carry with kings yet again. Both BKB and Corey defend their blinds after Carey opens things up, and wow, major gets a major flop when it comes down ace, jack, jack. Holy cow. Now quads for Corey. Continues a slow play at checking around again. This is going to be tough as BKB leads out into majors quads. This time Corey looked to the right before he raises because we know it's coming in. No way there's not a raise coming here from Corey. Sitting with quads, praying somebody has an ace and pays them off here.
I'm ready to get this shit over with.
I got 3 in the hand, and
So
it's still a common thing. It's still a common thing, man.
So Corey with the big raise does go hefty, trying to get somebody with an ace to put in the call. Fortunately for him, nobody has it.
Bam! Boy, I don't get no better than that.
Be careful, Slim.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Corey gets to take down that pot with his quads. Would have been crazy if somebody woke up an ace.
He said, I'm sailing to Santa Maria, then I just quadded up.
No, it's okay. It's
All right, so look, are we ICM chopping?
No.
We're not.
No.
So we're just gonna bust them out real quick.
And then
Okay. Damn, that's crazy. He was ready to chop, now he ain't. That's sad, isn't it? What a sore sport. What a sore sport.
All right. No more chop talk, guys.
All right, no more chop talk.
Why?
Until he's gone, because he don't want to chop. Yeah, he don't want to chop.
Oh, he said no. Okay.
Badger.
No, he said he would chop, but now he's
All right,
saying
blinds
he
are
don't
up.
chop.
15, 30, 30.
That's cool.
That's all cool.
No point in talking about it still, you know?
No one is talking about it. Let's just deal with it.
Pocket kings again.
You had pocket kings?
Yeah, I'll show you them.
Maybe we just.
Oh, there, because the ace
Yes,
was
sir.
out.
15, Major, 15.
Whoa.
He just took his money.
You just took my money.
Oh, yours is here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There.
I was calling it.
Wow. Corey. Oh, what? Oh.
I was calling it.
Yeah.
You guys, I know you guys.
Was it? That was your money?
No.
No.
Yes.
Yes. No. Right? That was his money.
Everyone's money's in the right
got
spot.
it.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, look at that. She's getting it close. Hey, set it over here.
Ready to go.
There you go. Set it over here, baby.
Good fold, man. I mean, good.
Action starts on David under the gun. 10 big blind shove coming in. Blinds just went up.
I'm sorry.
Fold 5. Fold 7.
I'm just used
Fold
to
8
asking.
times.
I've never been this far before. I know. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. Well, it's hard, though. When you get this far, it's one thing when you're a dealer, but when you play and you get this far, it's hard to keep your mouth shut. Like I'm ready to, celebrate. So I'm not gonna keep my mouth shut, but I'm sorry, I'm saying the wrong thing.
Right. I mean,
If y'all can at least cut me a little bit of slack, if I am taking this, whatever.
Man, can y'all,
Cindy, well, I know you have. I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. I really am. I'm looking at you. I'm sorry.
can y'all punish him? That's what y'all need to punish him.
I really
If you do it one more time, he need like
I need a punishment.
punishment.
A spanking.
Yeah,
Spanking.
y'all. Take some of his chips.
Fold 5.
100,000.
1 hundo. In the 7.
All right, BKB going to raise it up. We did see the
Raise
short
all
stack.
in.
David rip it on the last hand and take it down. He's in the big blind this hand. Before it gets to him, we see Bill actually ship it in there. BKB does correctly fold the weaker ace. Bill gets a chip up nicely to 14 big blinds after that 3-bet shove gets through.
That's why I can't wait till y'all are off these damn tables. I'll show you crazy when y'all don't like chips. Well, it's just terrible, When he said he was gonna chop, now he's not gonna chop. Now I got the most chips. Now everybody's against me. So it's whatever. I'm gonna
30,000 to go.
do whatever. I'm all in. Let's go. I'm all in. Let's go. Somebody come get it.
Forsaken Zombie nails it.
Thank you. Come on. Oh, no
Sometimes
more.
you just got to hang out and watch the train wreck, though.
He's got it. Oh, too bad. Sorry. Y'all stink.
See BKB open shove. Everybody
Like rotten mullet.
lets it go.
So freaking. I'm so over this crap. I swear.
30 and 30 from him, my man.
For me?
Yep.
Okay. That's cool. I was so scared.
30 to go.
30 to go, guys. 30 to go.
Hold. 8-9. All in.
All right, action folds around to David.
Fold.
Still the short stack. Rips it on with king queen. We see BKB snap call with ace-7 offsuit.
Ready, yeah.
So off we go. See if David can improve. Looking for the king or queen. Not on the flop. Not on the turn either. And now River Jack's going to give David the straight, and he's going to find the big double up through BKB.
It's all good.
Everything gets a little quiet for a second.
And 30,000.
330?
Yep.
Huh. Nice hit. Lucky as it gets, but whatever.
I'll do an ICM shot now, though.
Huh?
I'll do an ICM shot now.
Oh, fuck you. No, I'm sorry. No, I know. God damn, no.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
That's terrible. No, now he's talking about chop. Why are you going to do that?
I
We've
said
been
if I
talking about
double
chop
up,
for
I'll do
this
a
long.
chop.
I'm sorry. That's
Well,
terrible.
you gotta get one round. You can come back when
Please,
like,
okay, golly, man. No, I can't do that. That is crazy, dude. No, I can't. Don't
doesn't-
even look at me. Don't look at me.
Look,
30 and 30, Major. I know. 30 20. 30 20. 30 20.
All right, well, everybody asked for some quiet time, and BKB getting a little bit of that forced quiet time in the form of a one-round penalty, courtesy of that F-bomb he just dropped.
Appreciate you, man. 30 to go.
Gave him the final warning not too long ago, and, well, he went ahead and violated it.
3.
So with him away from the table,
75 and there's 5.
see
Fold.
what happens.
7. And a fold.
Hear him apologizing in the background. Carey raises it up, takes a pot down. YouTube chat is somewhat rejoicing at BKB's demise. Maybe a little bit of high variances. NG Mobile says to bring him back. Well, he'll be back in a couple of hands as he's currently serving that penalty. We heard them just recently give him that final warning. And here we go. See how the table adjusts to him being gone. See if anybody else wants to try to talk.
30 to go.
Action back underway. David fresh off that double up. First to act. Going to open things up from under the gun. Makes it 75 to go over the 30K big blind.
Now we go.
Everybody lets it go. David going to chip up a little bit again. Awkward silence kind of falls over the table now. Suddenly all the chip stacks are gotten a lot closer after BKB's chip lead has kind of evaporated away. After a few big pots, most recently that big double up that David just got.
30 to go. Fold 5, 7.
Now action folding over to Corey's button. He's going to let it go. Bill
And a check.
going to just limp in from the small blind. Bill currently the short stack with 11 big blinds. David did check it back, and now queen 8-8 flop, so massive flop for Bill, flopping 3 of a kind. David going to stab at it here.
25.
On the turn, we see Bill put in the raise. David has to snap fold. Sorry for trying to steal that one away from you, Mr. Bill. And just like that, Bill gets to drag in a little bit of a pot, chipping up much needed way. Got him close to 20 big blinds now.
I guess I just, just walked back in after the aftermath.
Yeah, sometimes you miss the things hit the fan.
Yep.
Right now, action on Corey.
7. Fold 8.
Let's go over to Bill's button.
Call on the
16 big blind stack. King Queen offsuit just going to limp in here. Carey in the big blind, going to check his option. A little over 20 big blinds is Carey. Doesn't want to lose a big pot. And now 7-4-4 flop. Complete rainbow action is just going to go check, check. Another 7 on the turn. Carey's ace high is still best as we head to the Jack River. Ace high stays best hand. Carey gets to take this one down. Keeping his healthy chip stack alive as we see no overwhelming chip leader right now. Everything is kind of leveled out at this point. Bill right now the short stack, but sitting there with 15 big blinds. Not super short by any means. Let's actually get an update on the chip stack, especially after that big pot. We got BKB technically the chip lead as he's away from the game. Major basically tied with him up top, but you could see everything got really close. Tight knit between all 5 players. See when BKB comes back, if the implosion continues, if anybody keeps trying to pick off and take advantage of the tilt, or if he comes back, calm down. Well, as he's making his return, let's see if BKB continues with some of the aggressive nature in his play, or if maybe he comes back a little bit quieter.
Man, calm down, man.
Everybody laugh it up. 15.
At least he's leaning into it a little bit there.
Laugh it up.
Sticking to his story that he's going to take this thing down, it sounds like.
Hold 9.
Tells everybody to laugh it up while they can.
All in.
And now David wakes up with pocket jacks. On BKB's first hand back, rips it all in. Maybe he's praying BKB has a marginal hand and tilt calls, but we can see BKB sitting here with just 9 high. Can't imagine he's going to put in a call here. That was a big shove by David. A little bit of posturing.
I wasn't born yesterday, dude.
So posturing has commenced. BKB thinking things over with 9 tray offsuit. All eyes are on him right now. If we see him put in a call here, it'd be one of the sickest calls we've seen to date. Especially on this table, it would be.
Absolutely.
Asking for a count is BKB. I imagine he's just doing this to stall and kill some time. Maybe the blind level increase is approaching as we see all him kind of looking up there at the clock. Maybe trying to get to the button on a blind increase on the next hand. He's trying to stall for a minute or two. No other reason he'd be thinking about it here. As much as he might be looking for some revenge, can't put in a call at 9 tray offsuit. Now we see Corey let it go. Chips are getting shipped over David's way. He did show the pocket jacks. Here we see what the payouts are currently set at. Again, they're buying for $13,600 up top, 9K to second, nothing to scoff at. Everybody locked up with close to $3,700 right now in this 300 buy-in WPT Celebrity Bounty event being hosted here at Best Bet Jacksonville as part of the WPT series we got going on. As we saw Jack and T. Cruz talking about in the chat, main event kicks off this weekend and they're going to be playing in it. Hopefully we'll see them in the final table soon. Ooh, we got an all-in out of BKB. It's pocket sevens this time around. But now, blinds have to let it go. He's going to take the pot down. Anticlimactic all in here. But we will be back in terms of live stream coverage again tomorrow. Got the meetup game with Brad Owen and Andrew Nemi.
I'll do an ICM chop.
Huh?
I'll do an ICM chop.
Hold on, dealer. Hold on.
Floor.
If the ICM chop doesn't make me at least.
You want to talk about
Hey,
ICM
just,
chop?
hey, it was, it has to. Yeah, it has to. Yeah, it's going to.
Okay,
It's gonna make it more than
ICM being discussed.
All right. Yeah, so they are going to discuss the ICM chop here.
I want to just see who's getting the trophy. I would like to get the trophy. That's my only thing.
All right, how many chips you got?
Count two chips.
All right, so they're going to do a quick chip count and then
Yeah.
look at ICM numbers, which Trey will have.
Of every stack, so it's just to be a number short of 1,000. Yeah, I got it.
3, 420. Yeah, 420. Okay.
As they count it up, just again, we're talking about the meetup game kicking off tomorrow. We will have live stream coverage of that meetup game. Live stream coverage will kick off around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Meetup game should kick off earlier than that, as we heard Andrew talk about him and Brad showing up between 12 and 1 o'clock. So I'd recommend getting here early if you plan on playing in tomorrow's meetup game. We have a 50, 100 no limit cash game, 7 p.m. tomorrow. BKB will unfortunately not be on that 50, 100 game.
Let's do it.
I'm just pumped up. I know, I'm sorry. Please, let's get this over with. 'Cause obviously I ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, he's been warned quite a few times.
Oh man, if they no chop it and then he has to serve it on a pouty, it might be the greatest moment in poker history.
It could be.
Not gonna lie.
It could be.
8:35.
So this very well be.
Let's do it.
Again, 50, 100 no limit hold'em tomorrow night and Friday night. Quite a lineup.
Wait. How much is it? I want to know how much it is.
No, man, I'm ready to celebrate. Ain't no calming down, man. Are you serious?
Brian, and I'm going top to bottom.
Man, we being nice to you because it ain't like you got that much.
And then for Corey's 835, 7857.
8380.
For the two players with 805 each, it is 7754, and for you it's 6127.
Let's do it.
Everyone, raise your hand if you're good. Raise your hand if you're good.
Let's do it, baby!
All right, ICM
well,
chop has occurred.
Yep, it is going to be an ICM chop. They did agree to it. So this is the updated payouts now after they did agree to the chop. So BKB is going to be taking home first place, and he is also going to be taking home the trophy. So $8,380 for first place for him. Major second place, $7,858 for him. I think it's going to be David and I'm trying to remember the other person's name that was with him there. Carey going to be taking home $7,755 for third and fourth, and Bill $6,127 for him. So that is going to be it. They did agree to a ICM chop, and there we go.
The chat seems a little disappointed. I was too. I kind of wanted to see what would happen here if the table could kind of take advantage of BKB's tilting, if things would have diverged further, and would have been fun to see if he could recuperate himself or completely blow up and train wreck in full effect. I know we were all kind of hoping to see which direction it went. Unfortunately, we don't get to see it on this time around. My money was going to be on train wreck. I think it was going to happen.
Oh, I was so ready for the train wreck, but that's not going to be the case. We are ending this stream on a ICM chop. Again, BKB is going to be your Celebrity Bounty World Poker Tour champion, so he is going to be taking home a WPT trophy with, of course, winning the first place prize. But that's going to be it for tonight, guys. We are wrapping this up, but
I would just take that as a silver lining, further evidence that any person out there with even a little bit of poker experience could come on down and take home a trophy. And this 300 buy-in event got BKB taking home 8,380. So if you think you're better than him, you could also win a WPT trophy. It's kind of got me itching to go play in a tournament in the very near future.
Very much so. Absolutely. This, hey, again, BKB wins the event. Not going to take anything away from him, but hey, aspiring players out there, that's your chance to see. But that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Appreciate you guys watching. But, again, we'll be back at it tomorrow. Meetup game with Brad Owen and Andrew Nemi. We'll get things going at 2 p.m. for that meetup game. And then, of course, the big 5,100 cash game we're going to have for you tomorrow night as well. For our dealers today and was throughout this entire thing, troopers themselves, Trey and Ronan, who dealt this table. And for Mike Kruger, card room manager, Best Bet Orange Park. My name is Ryan, also known as Country. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Be easy. Thanks for watching.